Welcome in this tutorial, Computree. In this tutorial 6, we explore more advanced features of the 3D view, such as coloring types, item information, selection modes, adding objects to another view, and rotation tools. We will start with the different coloring types available in the 3D view. These options allow you to modify the display of the data in order to highlight certain information and improve scene readability. We begin by coloring a series of items using a color gradient. Here, the items correspond to a series of point slices. To do this, in the Model Manager, select the relevant items, here named Point Slice, then right-click to open the drop-down menu, and click on the Gradient Coloring button. In this example, each item is assigned a different color according to a predefined gradient. This makes data interpretation easier and highlights variations within the 3D scene. We will now use coloring based on an item attribute, which in this case is the number of points in each slice. This time, in the drop-down menu, click on Color By and then select Number of Points. This option allows you to visualize the relative point density in each slice. The start of the gradient corresponds to the lowest number of points and the end to the highest. If you want to change the color gradient, remember to first click on this button. Let's now move on to coloring by distinct objects. Coloring by distinct objects assigns a different color to each item in your scene. This makes it easier to quickly identify and distinguish objects in the 3D view, even when several elements overlap. Here, this coloring clearly highlights the different trees isolated by the processing chain. Now let's move on to adding a new color to the palette. If you want to add an additional color to the existing palette, click on the following button, then select Add a Color. The new color will appear at the bottom of the drop-down list. To confirm, click OK. In Computree, you can obtain information about the elements displayed in the 3D view in several ways. These tools allow you to quickly display their attributes and numerical values in order to better analyze and understand your data. To enable the display of information, click on Item Information in the Actions section. Information about the selected item will then be displayed. In this section, we explore different methods for selecting objects in the 3D view: single-click selection, rectangle selection, and polygon selection. Each method allows you to quickly select one or more objects depending on your needs. There are 3 ways to select your data. First, click selection. Click selection allows you to select a single object by simply clicking on it in the 3D view. It is the fastest method for working on a single element. Second, you can also use rectangle selection. Rectangle selection allows you to select multiple objects by drawing a rectangle around them. All objects intersecting this frame will be automatically selected. Remember to press the Enter key to confirm the selection. Finally, polygon selection. Polygon selection provides greater precision. You can define a selection area by drawing a polygon around the desired objects. Only elements intersecting this area will be selected. You can also view object information in a table format, organized into rows and columns. This view provides a structured way to visualize all the data associated with a specific type of item. To do this, click on the icon to add a table view. You will then be able to see a list of item information by checking their boxes in the Model Manager, in the column corresponding to the table view. You can enlarge the table by clicking the following Expand button. The option to add an item to another view allows you to duplicate the display of a selected object so that it can be viewed simultaneously in multiple views. For example, you can select a single tree in the main scene and display it in another view to analyze it in more detail, as we will now see. Click the plus button to add a new view. Once the view is created, select the tree using the single selection tool. Then transfer this element to the new view using this button to display it separately. Let's now look at the different selection modes. 1. Replace selection. The Replace Selection option removes the current selection and keeps only the newly selected objects. 2. Add to Selection. The Add to Selection option allows you to add new objects to the existing selection without losing the previously selected elements. 3. Remove from Selection. The Remove from Selection option removes specific objects from the current selection while keeping the others. 4. Invert selection. Finally, let's see how to define the rotation center for the 3D view. The option Set Pivot Point to 0, 0, 0 repositions the camera pivot point to the origin of the scene's coordinate system. This option is only useful if the data is close to the origin. The option Set Pivot Point to the Barycenter of Visible Elements places the pivot point at the center of mass of the currently visible objects in the scene. The option Set Pivot Point to the Barycenter of Selected Elements places the pivot point at the center of mass of the selected objects, allowing rotations centered on those elements. We have explored the advanced features of the 3D view, including coloring types, access to item information, different selection methods, adding objects to other views, selection replacement, and rotation tools. You are now able to analyze and manipulate your 3D data with greater precision and flexibility. Feel free to join us on Discord if you have any questions. See you soon!